Namaste, my good friends. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Victor, and my whole channel is all about helping people navigate their awakening process. This video is going to go into a lot of common questions I've been getting from people who have identified with some of the Kundalini type experiences that I've shared about my own journey in my prior videos. There's a lot of unanswered questions, so I seek to answer a lot of the most common Kundalini related questions in this video here. So I would have to say, hands down, the most popular question is, how long is this going to last? You're riddled with these unexplainable, strange, bizarre, very real, life-affecting challenges, issues, symptoms, and it's only fair to ask, how long do I have to put up with this bullshit? But unfortunately, I hate to disappoint you, but I don't have an answer for that. It is different for everybody. But I will say this, the energies of the planet are changing. They're raising. The frequency that we're living in right now is so different than where we were 10 years ago. So in the past, in the past 100 years, when someone would awaken their Kundalini, they were lucky to achieve enlightenment in their lifetime. They might not even have it complete. And not only that, but the symptoms were a lot worse and a lot more debilitating for many. However, now we're experiencing this incredible phenomenon of people awakening very quickly. There is so much more out there that can help you more quickly integrate all of the different lessons that one must integrate in order to fully awaken. It's all over the place. There's this YouTube channel right here. There was no YouTube channels talking about Kundalini when mine awakened about 8 years ago. I had like books written by like yogis and some from over 100 years ago that I would read and do my best to pluck out little seeds of wisdom as I had to sift through all this nonsense. Now there's so much there. The energies are different. So you are awakening a lot faster now. How long will it take? I will say that question will drive you bananas unless you can just accept that you don't know and you just have to start living in the now. Little tip. The strong desire to get it over with is in and of itself a blockage. It's a distraction and an obstacle to your full-blown awakening, which is what you really seek. Once you finally come into your alignment, there will be no more symptoms. So if this is you, if you find yourself really like desperate to find out how long or just desperate to be done with, accept you are where you are in this moment. Accept that you have no idea how long it's going to take, and no one will ever be able to tell you that. So many of you are intrigued by the whole idea of Kundalini and want to know how to awaken it. Sounds pretty awesome. Aside from all the symptoms, it does lead to the full-blown enlightened state, increased psychic abilities, your intuition goes through the roof. As a result, you become very self-empowered. You can become very abundant in your physical life. You can achieve amazing and awesome and deep and profound and rewarding relationships. There's all these benefits that usually get overshadowed by all the symptoms. And so some of you are saying, fuck, I want to open my Kundalini. What do I do? So where do I sign? Now, there's a lot of different ways to open it. The thing I want to kind of say is, if you really want to open it, you're going to find out a way to open it. It doesn't have to be any one way. Start doing Kundalini yoga. That will awaken your Kundalini. Start meditating. Just hold the intention of wanting your Kundalini to awaken. This is what happened to me. However, I don't really recommend this. I took psychedelic drugs and mine awakened spontaneously, randomly, unexpectedly that way. You could find a guru. There are like Kundalini masters out there, not so much like here in the States. There's a lot of them like in India and in the East. People you're not going to probably hear of, but if you could somehow find a way to get to like a straight up master, they have the ability, many of them, to just boop, awaken your Kundalini just with a touch of their finger, literally. A lot of people, so a Kundalini it becomes awakened just by, again, the guru deciding he wants to awaken it within them. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear and your Kundalini will awaken. Keep watching these videos. They're all about Kundalini. Kundalini is going to become in your brain and embedded in your brain. Eventually, again, you're gonna have so much Kundalini content swirling around your subconsciousness that you're going to eventually lead yourself into a way that it will awaken. Many of you are going to find it's just going to awaken all by itself. This one kind woman asked me where she should direct the Kundalini. Her Kundalini has already awakened. She has all this energy and she wants to know where to direct it. What do I do with this energy? I would say don't do anything with it. Don't mess with it. It's powerful and it knows where it wants to go and what it wants to do and what it wants to get out of the way. And the best thing you can do is not try to intend for it to do anything, because you have no idea. You're not looking at yourself from the vantage point of your Kundalini energy, which is your higher self, the very energetic component of your higher self. It knows exactly where it wants to go and what it wants to do and in what order it wants to do it. And it will do that to the best of its ability, so long as you can just let go and let it do its thing. In my experience of trying to direct it, because sometimes it gets blocked up in your body, it just made the symptoms worse, way worse. Because what happens is, what I used to do is I would find that the Kundalini energy would get blocked up in my in my head, in my forehead, or my head, my face, whatever. And I learned how I could, like, almost by meditation and intention, I could, like, open up my chakras, and it would kind of let this energy temporarily, like finally, like, kind of release out of it. And this, of course, sounds like a good thing, but what would happen is that just invited more and more and more. So every time I out of, like, trial and error, found a way to allow this energy to kind of, like, come out, giving me a momentary relief, just more and more came, making it worse and worse and worse. And I eventually learned, just don't mess with the damn Kundalini energy. Let it do what it wants to do. I would recommend you don't do any chakra meditations, any one-pointed meditation where you're focusing on a particular part of your body. In my experience, it just interferes with what the Kundalini's intentions are. I've got a lot of people asking me if the Kundalini energy is dangerous. They kind of want to awaken it, some of these people, but they're a little afraid because some people out there do say it's dangerous. And in my opinion, it's just a matter of your perspective and how you define the word dangerous. To me, no, it's not dangerous. It's going to awaken you. And the nature of awakening is very difficult, and it's challenging, and it will provide you with a lot of struggles and symptoms and problems. But those are things that you eventually will inevitably face, as you are a soul who is evolving at your own rate. So if you want to, like, do it quickly and kind of, like, rush through it, then awakening your Kundalini is a way to kind of speed through all your life's karmic challenges that for many is spread out through many, many lifetimes. But the earth is changing. We're not going to be able to really play out our karma here any longer. So you're going to have to go to another planet if that's what you want to do. But if you're watching this video and you've asked the question, something tells me that for you, awakening your Kundalini is not dangerous. It will initiate the awakening process, which is a good thing. And in my opinion, no one is even thinking about this sort of thing if they're not ready to have theirs awakened. Sure, if I was to go up to some random Joe, say I knew how to awaken people's Kundalini, and if I was to go up to some kind of random Joe on the street, some very, like, newbie earth soul who whatever is very, very, like, living almost always unconscious, and I just popped his Kundalini awakened, yeah, that would put that guy through hell. But that's not you, and that doesn't happen. Any Kundalini master, by definition, is not an asshole like that. I get a lot of different comments in regards to just different experiences people have during meditation post Kundalini awakening. And they kind of wonder, what's the meaning? What do I do? Why doesn't it happen every time? You know, that sort of thing. And here's the idea, guys. If you read any of, like, the books about Kundalini, someone who's gone and completed their experience, they will tell you not to get attached to all the really neat, mystical, spiritual type experiences that you're going to encounter along your journey. There's a lot of cool shit, a lot of, like, breathtaking and earth-shattering and just amazing, awesome experiences that you likely will have, very mystical type experiences that people don't really feel comfortable talking about because they're so profound and so out there. The idea is not to get attached to it, because as cool as those are, they are not the point of your Kundalini coming to be and manifesting itself in your body. No, the purpose is to awaken you, to shift your consciousness from that of the local perspective of little old me and here's the world out there to I am everything. I am one with everything, and actually experiencing that rather than just believing it. It's an experience of unity. And from that perspective of unity, that simple little shift, which is profound, therein washes and wells up all the love and understanding and human compassion and Christ-like attributes. Someone asked me that if their Kundalini is awakened, is that going to affect their partner? And they kind of want to help their partner awaken naturally so they can go through this experience together. And in my experience, mine did, in fact, awaken it woke up my wife's Kundalini as well. For her, it was a little bit more subtle, not so wild like it was for me, but hers is very active, very awakened, and she's right at the same level of consciousness as me, and we've kind of been able to go through this experience together. One who has their Kundalini awakened walks around with a very powerful, energetic aura, you could say, and it is infectious, and it does affect other people. In fact, a lot of people won't like you. They'll notice you, and you'll trigger them. You'll make them feel like crap about themselves. You'll bring to the surface within them all their insecurities, and they're going to oftentimes project it onto you. That's how powerful you are. That's how powerful an awakened spirit here in the physical actually is. You have the ability to affect everybody you come in contact with without saying a single word about your awakening, your energy. They don't know why you're affecting them the way you are, but you are. And it's a very powerful thing to do. Even in someone, if you're able to trigger someone on many levels, that's a good thing, because they're gonna leave, and they're gonna be thinking about that. And those things that were once held unconsciously in their being is now on the surface for them to look at and to deal with and to release. That's why there's not the need for like billions and billions of people who are awakening at this certain time in Earth's history, because one freaking person awakening is massive. It has a massive, massive effect, far beyond what we can even comprehend. The ripple effect from our awakening is so big and so profound that just the few amount of us we have here is going to change the world, raise the vibration of the entire planet. Lastly, dizziness, sensitivity to light, crazy dreams, spontaneous yoga poses, tingling, sensations of energy going through you, pockets of energy all throughout your body, physical health problems associated with this energy, heat, psychic visions, tremendous amounts of fear, crazy life situations, relationship changes, changes in your perception of reality and of people and of yourself, a dramatic changing in your ideals and values. All of this is completely normal. Confusion, doubt, fear, anxiety, normal. Feeling like you're living in a freaking hell for a little while, where everything seems to be going wrong for you, where your whole life is falling apart, nothing is going your way, everything is just dead and bland, and you don't even want to be here, you don't even want to be alive. Normal. To be expected. Welcome to your awakening. Welcome to the journey to yourself, to your true self. To be here on this planet at this particular moment in history is an incredible blessing. This is so massive and extends so far beyond what most of us can even begin to fathom. The magnitude, just how grand this time is, and to be one of the initial awakening ones, oh my God. Ignore your freaking problems and symptoms, man. You are here for the thrill, the ride of your life.